Life is a series of choices, each guiding us down a unique path. The philosophy of Stoicism, advocated by figures like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, offers invaluable insights into making decisions that can profoundly shape our lives. In this exploration, we delve into 13 decisions inspired by Stoic principles that have the power to transform your journey. These decisions are not merely fleeting moments, but deliberate lessons that align with the fundamental principles of Stoicism, leading to a life of wisdom, resilience, and purpose. So, let's embark on a journey of self-discovery and empowerment as we uncover the 13 decisions that can truly change your life through the lens of Stoicism. Let's embrace the wisdom of the Stoics and transform our lives for the better. Now, if you are new here, please like the video and subscribe. Statistics show that only 15% of my audience is subscribed to the channel, so if this content has helped you in any way, I ask you to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Now, let's start this transformative journey together. Let's begin. Number 1. Stop wasting time. Seneca captured this sentiment perfectly when he wrote that procrastination is the greatest waste of life. This powerful statement challenges us to consider how often we procrastinate, delay, or waste precious moments on activities that add little or no value to our lives. In a world filled with endless distractions, this Stoic advice is more relevant than ever. Think about modern conveniences and technologies designed to save us time, which ironically often become the very things that consume it. Social media, streaming services, and instant messaging can easily consume hours of our day if we are not mindful. While these tools can offer relaxation and connection, it is crucial to recognize when they are diverting us from more meaningful pursuits. Seneca's wisdom urges us to examine closely how we are spending our time and reclaim it for activities that truly matter. Procrastination, often called the thief of time, is another significant obstacle. It's that annoying habit of delaying tasks, convincing ourselves that tomorrow will be a better day to start. But as the Stoics remind us, tomorrow is not guaranteed. Marcus Aurelius advised, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think." This sharp reminder of life's impermanence should motivate us to act with urgency and purpose. By understanding that our time is limited, we can push ourselves to stop procrastinating and start taking action today on our goals and dreams. Consider the impact of procrastination on our goals. When we delay working on our aspirations, we not only postpone our progress, but also diminish our potential achievements. Every day we put off is a day we could have used to get closer to our dreams. The Stoic approach is to begin immediately, to live each day as if it were the last, fully embracing the present moment. This mindset helps us focus on what needs to be done now rather than what can be postponed for later. Another key aspect of stopping the waste of time is prioritization. Stoicism teaches us to discern what is truly important and to dedicate our time and energy accordingly. This means identifying our core values and aligning our daily actions with them. For example, if we value personal growth, we might prioritize reading, learning new skills, or engaging in reflective practices like journaling or meditating. If relationships are important to us, we should make time for meaningful conversations and connections with loved ones. By prioritizing what matters most, we ensure that our time is spent on activities that enrich our lives and align with our deeper purpose. Furthermore, stopping the waste of time involves being mindful of how we approach our daily tasks. It is about cultivating a sense of presence in everything we do, rather than going through the motions mindlessly. The Stoics encourage us to be fully engaged in our activities, whether working on a project, exercising, or spending time with family. When we are truly present, we can derive more meaning and satisfaction from our experiences, making our time feel well spent. The Stoic practice of memento mori, or reflecting on mortality, can also be a powerful motivator to stop wasting time. By contemplating the finite nature of our lives, we can gain a clearer perspective on what is truly important. This reflection does not need to be morbid, but can be a source of inspiration to live more fully and intentionally. When we recognize that our time is limited, we become more mindful of the choices we make and more determined to make every moment count. Eliminating time-wasting habits requires a conscious effort to set boundaries and create a structured routine. This might mean setting specific times to check emails or social media, dedicating blocks of time to focused work, and ensuring that we allocate time for rest and rejuvenation. A well-structured routine helps us stay on track and prevents us from drifting into aimless activities. By being intentional with our schedule, we can maximize our productivity and ensure that our time is used effectively. Let's not forget the importance of taking breaks and allowing ourselves time to rest. While it is crucial to avoid wasting time, it is equally important to recognize that rest and relaxation are not wastes of time when done purposefully. The Stoics believed in balance and moderation, understanding that a well-rested mind is more capable of focused and meaningful work. So, schedule your downtime just as you would any important task, and use it to recharge and refresh your mind and body. The decision to stop wasting time is a Stoic transformation that can change your life and your perception of the world around you. By adopting this philosophy, you align yourself with thinkers like Epictetus, who taught that we should not be concerned with events outside our control, but rather focus on our conduct and judgment. In daily practice, this means dedicating time to what you can genuinely influence: your actions, responses, and personal growth. We can apply Stoic wisdom by making conscious decisions about how we use each moment. Every choice is an opportunity to live according to our Stoic principles. For example, instead of mindlessly scrolling through social media, we could choose to spend that time in self-reflection or learning something new, activities that Seneca would have considered valuable for the enrichment of the soul. Finally, the Stoics remind us of the importance of living in harmony with nature and our own nature. This involves recognizing our limitations and working within them to achieve a fulfilling and meaningful life. By making deliberate decisions that reflect our deepest values, such as discipline and resilience, we move closer to a more authentic and satisfying existence. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts." I encourage you to choose thoughts and actions that lead you towards a Stoic transformed life. The Stoic transformation is not just a change in perspective, but a constant action towards personal improvement. By making the conscious decision to stop wasting time, we commit to a life of purpose and meaning. As Musonius Rufus, a lesser-known Stoic philosopher, said, "It is not what you have, but how you use what you have that makes the difference." In daily life, this translates to choosing activities that challenge and grow us instead of those that merely pass the time, whether through meditation, physical exercise, or continuous learning. Every intentional action brings us closer to being the best version of ourselves. Number 2, say yes to what matters. Every time we say yes to something, we are making a deliberate decision to invest our time and energy. This means that each yes implicitly comes with a no to something else. Seneca wisely noted, "It's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." This awareness challenges us to be more selective and intentional with our commitments. How often do we find ourselves saying yes out of habit, obligation, or fear of missing out, only to realize later that those choices did not add value to our lives. To say yes to what matters, we need to pause and reflect on our priorities. Ask yourself, is this truly important? Will it matter in a year, 5 years, or 10 years? This line of questioning helps filter out the noise and focus on what genuinely aligns with our long-term values and goals. For example, consider the difference between spending time with loved ones versus getting caught up in trivial debates on social media. One nourishes our relationships and well-being, while the other often leads to unnecessary stress and distraction. Saying yes to what matters is not just about grand gestures or significant life decisions, but also about the small daily choices that collectively shape our lives. Imagine starting your day with a few moments of gratitude, acknowledging the gift of life itself, as Marcus Aurelius suggested. This simple practice can set a positive tone for the day and remind us to appreciate the little things that often go unnoticed. Stoicism teaches us to value life and live with purpose. This means recognizing that every moment is a gift and should be used wisely. Each day presents countless opportunities to practice this principle, whether dedicating time to a meaningful project, engaging in deep conversations, or simply enjoying a quiet moment of reflection. These are the choices that enrich our lives and bring us closer to our true selves. It is also essential to remember that saying yes to what matters often requires saying no to what does not. This can be challenging, especially when it involves letting go of habits, commitments, or even relationships that no longer serve us. However, by doing so, we free up space and energy for what truly resonates with our core values. As the Stoics would advise, this process is not about deprivation, but about making room for abundance in the areas that count. Consider how our daily choices can have a profound impact on our existence. Just as the Stoics believed in the importance of living a virtuous life, we too can apply this wisdom by making conscious decisions that reflect our deepest values. Epictetus taught that we should not worry about events outside our control, but rather focus on our conduct and judgment. In daily practice, this could mean choosing not to get angry in traffic, but instead using that time to listen to an educational audiobook or reflect on our personal goals. We can find guidance in the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, who reminded us to perform each action as if it were the last of our lives. This does not mean living in fear, but with full awareness and commitment to what is essential. When faced with everyday decisions, whether as simple as what to have for breakfast or as complex as changing careers, we can ask ourselves, does this contribute to my well-being and personal growth? If the answer is yes, then we know we are saying yes to what truly matters. In Seneca's words about the prudent use of time, we must learn to set healthy boundaries. This might mean declining invitations to social events we know we won't enjoy, or limiting our consumption of negative news to protect our mental peace. The Stoics valued inner serenity and emotional freedom, so by saying no to distractions and unnecessary commitments, we honor that legacy and cultivate space for tranquility and reflection in our lives. Transformation begins with internal change. By adopting a Stoic stance towards life, we commit to a life of self-improvement and resilience. Musonius Rufus emphasized the importance of living in harmony with nature, which involves choosing a lifestyle of simplicity and focus. In modern life, this might translate into making more sustainable and environmentally conscious decisions, such as reducing waste or choosing greener modes of transportation. The principle of saying yes to what matters also encourages us to seek wisdom in our daily interactions. Just as Cicero, though not a Stoic per se, admired and conveyed many Stoic ideas in his work, he believed that true friendship is based on virtue and mutual growth. We can apply this advice by being selective with our friendships, choosing to surround ourselves with people who inspire and challenge us to be better. This also means being present and attentive during conversations, listening actively, and offering our sincerity and support. To live a life transformed by Stoicism, we must embrace challenges as opportunities to strengthen ourselves. The Stoics saw obstacles as exercises for the soul, a chance to practice virtues like patience and perseverance. When we face difficulties at work or personal conflicts, we can remember Marcus Aurelius's words, "What stands in the way becomes the way." By adopting this mindset, every problem becomes a stepping stone to greater wisdom and character. Adopting a Stoic perspective in our decision-making, the Stoics, like Chrysippus, taught that our emotions derive from our evaluations and judgments. Therefore, by choosing to see life events from a positive and constructive perspective, we can maintain our serenity even in adversity. This applies to everyday situations like receiving criticism at work. Instead of reacting defensively, we can choose to see it as an opportunity to learn and grow. In line with saying yes to what matters, we must remember that Stoicism is not a philosophy of resignation, but of conscious action. Just as Zeno of Citium urged us to live in accordance with reason and virtue, we too can strive to make decisions that reflect our integrity and purpose. This can manifest in simple acts like choosing nutritious foods to care for our bodies, or significant ones like committing to social causes that promote justice and community well-being. Stoic decisions have the power to change not only our lives, but also the world around us. By living intentionally and purposefully, as the Stoics taught, we can positively influence our environment. This can be as simple as practicing daily kindness, which can have a ripple effect in the community, or as complex as leading by example in difficult situations, showing courage and composure. In the end, as Epictetus said, it is not external events that trouble us, but our opinions about them. By changing our perspective, we transform our life experience. Number 3, be disciplined. Discipline begins with recognizing that every day presents us with countless choices. Some are mundane, like deciding what to have for breakfast, while others are more significant, like choosing how to respond to a challenging situation. However, by doing so, we free up space and energy for what truly resonates with our core values. As the Stoics would advise, this process is not about deprivation, but about making room for abundance in the areas that count. Consider how our daily choices can have a profound impact on our existence. Just as the Stoics believed in the importance of living a virtuous life, we too can apply this wisdom by making conscious decisions that reflect our deepest values. Epictetus taught that we should not worry about events outside our control, but rather focus on our conduct and judgment. In daily practice, this could mean choosing not to get angry in traffic, but instead using that time to listen to an educational audiobook or reflect on our personal goals. We can find guidance in the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, who reminded us to perform each action as if it were the last of our lives. This does not mean living in fear, but with full awareness and commitment to what is essential. When faced with everyday decisions, whether as simple as what to have for breakfast or as complex as changing careers, we can ask ourselves, does this contribute to my well-being and personal growth? If the answer is yes, then we know we are saying yes to what truly matters. In Seneca's words about the prudent use of time, we must learn to set healthy boundaries. This might mean declining invitations to social events we know we won't enjoy, or limiting our consumption of negative news to protect our mental peace. The Stoics valued inner serenity and emotional freedom, so by saying no to distractions and unnecessary commitments, we honor that legacy and cultivate space for tranquility and reflection in our lives. Transformation begins with internal change. By adopting a Stoic stance towards life, we commit to a life of self-improvement and resilience. Musonius Rufus emphasized the importance of living in harmony with nature, which involves choosing a lifestyle of simplicity and focus. In modern life, this might translate into making more sustainable and environmentally conscious decisions, such as reducing waste or choosing greener modes of transportation. The principle of saying yes to what matters also encourages us to seek wisdom in our daily interactions. Just as Cicero, though not a Stoic per se, admired and conveyed many Stoic ideas in his work, he believed that true friendship is based on virtue and mutual growth. We can apply this advice by being selective with our friendships, choosing to surround ourselves with people who inspire and challenge us to be better. This also means being present and attentive during conversations, listening actively, and offering our sincerity and support. To live a life transformed by Stoicism, we must embrace challenges as opportunities to strengthen ourselves. The Stoics saw obstacles as exercises for the soul, a chance to practice virtues like patience and perseverance. When we face difficulties at work or personal conflicts, we can remember Marcus Aurelius's words, "What stands in the way becomes the way." By adopting this mindset, every problem becomes a stepping stone to greater wisdom and character. Adopting a Stoic perspective in our decision-making, the Stoics, like Chrysippus, taught that our emotions derive from our evaluations and judgments. Therefore, by choosing to see life events from a positive and constructive perspective, we can maintain our serenity even in adversity. This applies to everyday situations like receiving criticism at work. Instead of reacting defensively, we can choose to see it as an opportunity to learn and grow. In line with saying yes to what matters, we must remember that Stoicism is not a philosophy of resignation, but of conscious action. Just as Zeno of Citium urged us to live in accordance with reason and virtue, we too can strive to make decisions that reflect our integrity and purpose. This can manifest in simple acts like choosing nutritious foods to care for our bodies, or significant ones like committing to social causes that promote justice and community well-being. Stoic decisions have the power to change not only our lives, but also the world around us. By living intentionally and purposefully, as the Stoics taught, we can positively influence our environment. This can be as simple as practicing daily kindness, which can have a ripple effect in the community, or as complex as leading by example in difficult situations, showing courage and composure. In the end, as Epictetus said, it is not external events that trouble us, but our opinions about them. By changing our perspective, we transform our life experience. Number 3, be disciplined. Discipline begins with recognizing that every day presents us with countless choices. Some are mundane, like deciding what to have for breakfast, while others are more significant, like choosing how to respond to a challenging situation. Regardless of the scale, each choice is an opportunity to practice discipline. It is about making decisions consistently aligned with our values and long-term goals, even when it is difficult or inconvenient. Consider the daily habits that shape our lives. Stoicism teaches us the importance of routines and practices that cultivate a disciplined mind. For example, starting the day with a moment of reflection or meditation can set a focused and intentional tone. This practice, which Marcus Aurelius himself engaged in, helps center our thoughts and prepare us for the challenges ahead. It is in these quiet moments of introspection that we build the mental strength needed to face the day's adversities. Seneca emphasized the power of thoughts in shaping our lives. He said, "We become what we think about most of the time." This underscores the importance of disciplined thinking. By training our minds to focus on what is within our control and let go of what is not, we cultivate a sense of inner peace and strength. This mental discipline is not about suppressing emotions, but about managing them in a way that serves our highest good. Physical discipline is equally important. The Stoics believed that taking care of our bodies is a form of respect for ourselves and the life we have been given. Regular exercise, mindful eating, and adequate rest are not just about maintaining health, but about building resilience. When our bodies are strong and well-nourished, our minds are better equipped to handle stress and adversity. This holistic approach to discipline ensures that we are prepared to face life's challenges with vigor and clarity. Discipline also involves the courage to say no to distractions and temptations that pull us away from our goals. In our fast-paced world, it is easy to get sidetracked by social media, endless entertainment options, or even the allure of procrastination. Stoicism teaches us the value of staying true to our path. It is about prioritizing what truly matters and being willing to forgo immediate gratification for long-term fulfillment. This might mean setting boundaries, creating a structured schedule, or simply being mindful of how we spend our time. It is important to remember that discipline is a practice, not a destination. There will be days when we falter, when motivation wanes, or when we give in to distractions. The key is to approach these moments with self-compassion and a commitment to get back on track. Stoicism encourages us to see each day as a new beginning, an opportunity to start afresh with renewed focus and determination. As Seneca wisely said, "Begin at once to live and count each separate day as a separate life." Incorporating discipline into our lives transforms the way we approach both the mundane and the extraordinary. It empowers us to live with intention, to make decisions that reflect our values, and to face challenges with courage and grace. By being disciplined, we are not only more effective in achieving our goals, but also more aligned with our true selves. Discipline is about taking control of our lives and steering them in a direction that aligns with our deepest values and aspirations. It is about realizing that every small action, every daily habit, contributes to the larger tapestry of our lives. By embracing the Stoic principles of discipline, we can navigate life's unpredictability with strength and purpose, creating a life of meaning and fulfillment. So let us commit to being disciplined, to harnessing the power of our minds, and to living each day with intention and resilience. Stoic discipline not only transforms our personal lives, but can also profoundly impact how we interact with the world around us. By making conscious Stoic decisions, we not only improve ourselves, but also positively influence our surroundings. As Epictetus taught, it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. By focusing on our reaction rather than the fear of judgment, we build the mental fortitude needed to navigate setbacks and continue pursuing our goals. In social situations, the fear of looking foolish can prevent us from forming meaningful connections. We might avoid expressing our true feelings or sharing our thoughts because we fear being misunderstood or ridiculed. However, authentic relationships are built on vulnerability and honesty. By being willing to look foolish, we show others that we are human, imperfect, and willing to take risks to connect with them. This openness can lead to deeper and more fulfilling relationships based on mutual understanding and trust. The Stoics also taught that our fear of looking foolish is often rooted in our concern for others' opinions. Marcus Aurelius wrote about the tranquility that comes when you stop worrying about what others say, think, or do, and only concern yourself with what you do. This teaching encourages us to focus on our values and actions rather than seeking validation from others. Embracing the willingness to look foolish can lead to greater creativity and innovation. Many of the world's greatest inventions and artistic achievements came from individuals who dared to think differently and challenge the status quo. These innovators often met with skepticism and ridicule before their ideas were accepted. By being willing to look foolish, we allow ourselves to explore new ideas and approaches that others might overlook. This creativity can lead to breakthroughs and achievements that would be impossible if we always played it safe. In the realm of personal development, being willing to look foolish can accelerate our growth. Whether it's trying a new exercise routine, starting a new business, or learning a new craft, the initial stages are often filled with uncertainty and awkwardness. The Stoic practice of negative visualization, where we imagine the worst possible scenario, can help us prepare mentally for these challenges. By anticipating potential difficulties and accepting them, we can approach new endeavors with confidence and resilience, knowing that any initial stumbling is a temporary and valuable part of the process. The decision to be willing to look foolish is a powerful affirmation of our capacity to transform Stoicism in our world. By adopting this mindset, we commit to living authentically, embracing vulnerability, and pursuing our true passions. It is a decision that encourages us to step outside our comfort zones and explore the limitless potential within us. Stoic teachings provide a strong foundation for cultivating this willingness. By focusing on our values, embracing the present moment, and letting go of the fear of judgment, we can live more fully and courageously. As we navigate our journey, let us remember the wisdom of Epictetus. First, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Number 4, change your perspective. The decision to change your perspective begins with recognizing that our thoughts shape our reality. Epictetus taught that it is not things that disturb us, but our interpretation of their significance. This profound insight reminds us that the way we perceive events and experiences determines our emotional and psychological response. By changing our perspective, we can transform our experience of life, finding growth and opportunity even in adversity. Consider how often we view challenges as obstacles rather than opportunities. A common example is facing a difficult situation at work or in personal relationships. Instead of seeing these moments as setbacks, we can choose to view them as chances to develop resilience, patience, and problem-solving skills. This shift in perspective not only reduces stress and frustration, but also empowers us to take proactive steps toward resolution and growth. One practical way to change your perspective is through the practice of gratitude. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Stoic philosophers, often reflected on the things he was grateful for, even amidst his many responsibilities and challenges as a Roman emperor. By focusing on what we appreciate in our lives, we can shift our attention away from what we lack or what is going wrong. This simple practice can lead to a more positive outlook and greater emotional well-being. Another powerful tool for changing your perspective is the practice of mindfulness. By being fully present in each moment, we can observe our thoughts and reactions without judgment. This awareness allows us to identify negative thought patterns and consciously choose to reframe them. For instance, if we catch ourselves thinking, "I can't handle this," we can reframe it as, "This is a challenge and I have the strength to face it." This subtle shift in language can have a profound impact on our mindset and overall approach to life. The Stoic principle of amor fati, or love of fate, also encourages a positive perspective on life's events. This philosophy teaches us to embrace everything that happens, seeing it as necessary and beneficial for our growth. Instead of resisting or lamenting our circumstances, we accept them with grace and look for the lessons they offer. By adopting this mindset, we cultivate resilience and a deeper appreciation for the unfolding of our lives. Changing your perspective also involves letting go of the need for control over external events. The Stoics believed that true control lies in our own thoughts and actions, not in the external world. By focusing on what we can control, our responses, attitudes, and choices, we free ourselves from the frustration and anxiety that come from trying to control the uncontrollable. This shift in focus allows us to live more peacefully and effectively, regardless of external circumstances. To change your perspective, practice the Stoic exercise of negative visualization. This involves imagining the worst possible scenarios and preparing mentally for them. By confronting our fears in this way, we become less fearful and more resilient. This practice helps us appreciate what we have and reminds us of our capacity to endure and overcome difficulties. Incorporating the decision to change your perspective into your daily life can lead to profound personal transformation. It allows us to navigate life's challenges with grace and strength, finding meaning and purpose even in difficult times. By embracing this Stoic principle, we open ourselves to a richer, more fulfilling experience of life. You have now reached the halfway mark of the video. I congratulate you for trying to become a better version of yourself, and I also humbly ask you to leave a comment, as it helps my channel immensely. If you do not know what to comment, just write "mind over body" so I know you reached this far. And don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Also, I've linked some books on Stoicism that helped me become the man I am today, and will also help you achieve a Stoic mindset. The teachings of Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and other Stoic philosophers offer timeless wisdom for changing our perspective. By adopting their practices and mindset, we can cultivate a more positive, resilient, and purposeful approach to life. As we make this decision, let us remember that our thoughts have the power to shape our reality, and by changing our perspective, we can change our lives. Number 5. Accept what you can't change. The decision to accept what you can't change is rooted in the Stoic understanding that true peace comes from focusing on what is within our control. Epictetus famously taught that while we cannot control external events, we can control our responses to them. This principle encourages us to let go of the futile effort to change things outside our power and instead direct our energy toward our own attitudes and actions. Acceptance does not mean resignation or passivity. Instead, it is an active choice to engage with reality as it is, not as we wish it to be. This perspective allows us to respond to life's challenges with clarity and wisdom, rather than frustration and despair. By accepting what we cannot change, we free ourselves from the suffering that comes from resistance and denial. Consider the common experience of facing a sudden life change, such as a job loss, a breakup, or an unexpected health issue. These events are often beyond our control, but how we respond to them is entirely up to us. By accepting the reality of the situation, we can begin to look for constructive ways to move forward. This might involve seeking new opportunities, focusing on self-care, or finding support from others. Acceptance creates the space for positive action and growth. The Stoics also emphasize the importance of accepting our own limitations and imperfections. Marcus Aurelius wrote about the value of recognizing our humanity and embracing it with compassion. By accepting that we will make mistakes and encounter setbacks, we can approach life with greater humility and resilience. This self-acceptance is a foundation for personal growth and self-improvement, as it allows us to learn from our experiences without being weighed down by self-criticism. In relationships, acceptance plays a crucial role in fostering understanding and harmony. We often struggle to change others, expecting them to conform to our expectations or ideals. However, the Stoic perspective teaches us to accept people as they are, recognizing that their actions and choices are beyond our control. This acceptance does not mean condoning harmful behavior, but rather acknowledging that we can only control our own responses. By focusing on our behavior and communication, we can create healthier and more fulfilling relationships. Acceptance also involves embracing the impermanence of life. The Stoics believed that everything is in a constant state of change and that nothing lasts forever. By accepting this reality, we can develop a deeper appreciation for the present moment and the people and experiences we cherish. This mindset helps us let go of the fear of loss and instead focus on making the most of the time we have. Incorporating acceptance into our daily lives requires practice and mindfulness. It involves regularly reflecting on what is within our control and what is not, and consciously choosing to release the latter. This practice can be enhanced through meditation, journaling, or simply taking a moment each day to pause and reflect. The decision to accept what you can't change is a powerful step toward inner peace and resilience. By adopting this Stoic principle, we align ourselves with the natural flow of life, finding strength and serenity in the face of challenges. Acceptance allows us to live more fully and authentically, embracing each moment with grace and wisdom. The teachings of the Stoic philosophers provide a timeless guide for cultivating acceptance. By integrating their wisdom into our lives, we can navigate the complexities of existence with greater clarity and equanimity. As we make this decision, let us remember that true power lies in our ability to accept what we cannot change and to focus on what we can. Number 6. Develop resilience. The decision to develop resilience is a commitment to facing life's challenges with strength and perseverance. Stoicism teaches us that resilience is not just about enduring hardships, but about thriving in the face of them. It is about cultivating a mindset that views obstacles as opportunities for growth and transformation. Resilience begins with the recognition that adversity is a natural part of life. The Stoics believed that challenges are inevitable and that our response to them defines our character. By accepting this reality, we can prepare ourselves mentally and emotionally to navigate difficulties with grace and determination. This mindset allows us to approach setbacks not as insurmountable barriers, but as stepping stones on our path to personal growth. One of the key principles of Stoic resilience is the practice of premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils. This involves imagining potential challenges and difficulties before they occur, allowing us to prepare for them in advance. By anticipating possible setbacks, we can develop strategies to address them and reduce their impact on our well-being. This practice helps us build mental fortitude and resilience, as we are less likely to be caught off guard by life's surprises. Another important aspect of developing resilience is cultivating a strong sense of purpose. The Stoics believed that having a clear sense of purpose provides direction and motivation, especially in difficult times. When we are connected to a higher goal or mission, we are more likely to persevere through challenges. This sense of purpose can be found in various aspects of life, such as personal growth, relationships, work, or contributing to a greater cause. By aligning our actions with our values and purpose, we strengthen our resilience and capacity to endure. The Stoics also emphasized the importance of self-discipline and self-control in building resilience. By practicing self-discipline, we develop the ability to manage our impulses and stay focused on our goals, even in the face of temptation or distraction. This inner strength allows us to maintain our composure and make rational decisions during times of stress or adversity. By exercising self-control, we can respond to challenges with clarity and purpose rather than reacting impulsively. Resilience is also nurtured through the cultivation of supportive relationships. The Stoics valued community and believed that strong connections with others provide a source of strength and support. By surrounding ourselves with positive, like-minded individuals, we create a network of encouragement and inspiration. These relationships can help us navigate difficult times, providing guidance, comfort, and motivation. By building a supportive community, we enhance our resilience and capacity to face life's challenges. Finally, resilience is developed through the practice of self-care and self-compassion. The Stoics recognized the importance of caring for both the mind and body to maintain overall well-being. This involves regular physical exercise, proper nutrition, sufficient rest, and engaging in activities that promote mental and emotional health. Self-compassion also plays a crucial role in resilience, as it allows us to treat ourselves with kindness and understanding, especially during difficult times. By prioritizing self-care and self-compassion, we build a strong foundation for resilience and well-being. The decision to develop resilience is a powerful commitment to personal growth and empowerment. By adopting Stoic principles and practices, we can strengthen our ability to face life's challenges with courage and determination. Resilience allows us to navigate adversity with grace, finding meaning and purpose even in the most difficult circumstances. The teachings of the Stoic philosophers offer timeless wisdom for cultivating resilience. By integrating their insights into our daily lives, we can develop a mindset of strength and perseverance, enabling us to thrive in the face of adversity. As we make this decision, let us remember that resilience is not just about surviving challenges, but about growing and transforming through them. Number 7. Cultivate gratitude. The decision to cultivate gratitude is a powerful step toward a more fulfilling and contented life. Gratitude is a central theme in Stoic philosophy, as it helps us appreciate the present moment and recognize the abundance in our lives. By consciously practicing gratitude, we can shift our focus from what we lack to what we have, fostering a sense of inner peace and satisfaction. Gratitude begins with the recognition of the gifts and blessings in our lives, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant. The Stoics believed that everything we have, including our lives, is a gift, and that we should appreciate it with humility and reverence. By regularly reflecting on the things we are grateful for, we can develop a deeper appreciation for the richness of our existence. One practical way to cultivate gratitude is through daily journaling. This involves setting aside a few moments each day to write down things we are grateful for. These can be simple pleasures, such as a warm cup of coffee, a kind gesture from a friend, or a beautiful sunset. By consistently recording these moments of gratitude, we train our minds to focus on the positive aspects of our lives. This practice not only enhances our sense of well-being, but also helps us build resilience and perspective. Another important aspect of gratitude is recognizing the interconnectedness of all things. The Stoics believed that we are all part of a larger whole, and that our lives are intertwined with the lives of others. By acknowledging the contributions of others and expressing gratitude for their support and kindness, we strengthen our connections and foster a sense of community. This practice also helps us develop humility and appreciation for the people and circumstances that enrich our lives. Gratitude also involves being thankful for the challenges and difficulties we face. The Stoics taught that adversity is an opportunity for growth, and that we should embrace it with gratitude. By viewing challenges as valuable learning experiences, we can develop a more positive and resilient mindset. This perspective allows us to find meaning and purpose in our struggles, transforming them into sources of strength and wisdom. Incorporating gratitude into our daily lives requires mindfulness and intention. It involves pausing regularly to reflect on the things we appreciate and express our gratitude. This can be done through simple acts, such as saying thank you, offering a compliment, or taking a moment to appreciate the beauty around us. By making gratitude a regular part of our routine, we can cultivate a more positive and contented outlook on life. The decision to cultivate gratitude is a commitment to recognizing and appreciating the abundance in our lives. By adopting Stoic principles and practices, we can develop a mindset of gratitude that enhances our well-being and enriches our relationships. Gratitude allows us to live more fully and joyfully, finding beauty and meaning in the present moment. The teachings of the Stoic philosophers offer timeless wisdom for cultivating gratitude. By integrating their insights into our daily lives, we can develop a deeper appreciation for the gifts and blessings that surround us. As we make this decision, let us remember that gratitude is not just a fleeting emotion, but a way of life that transforms our experience of the world. Number 8. Focus on what you can control. The decision to focus on what you can control is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. The Stoics believed that true peace and happiness come from directing our attention and efforts toward what is within our power and letting go of what is not. This principle helps us navigate life's uncertainties with greater clarity and resilience. The distinction between what is within our control and what is not is central to Stoic thought. Epictetus famously taught that while we cannot control external events, we can control our thoughts, attitudes, and actions. By focusing on these internal aspects, we can maintain a sense of agency and composure regardless of external circumstances. Consider the common experience of dealing with difficult people or challenging situations at work. Instead of trying to change others or control the outcome, we can focus on our own behavior and responses. This might involve practicing patience, communicating clearly and assertively, or managing our stress through mindfulness techniques. By directing our energy toward what we can control, we reduce frustration and increase our effectiveness. Another practical application of this principle is in managing our emotions. The Stoics believed that our emotional reactions are influenced by our interpretations and judgments. By examining and reframing our thoughts, we can change our emotional responses. For example, if we feel anxious about a presentation, we can shift our focus to preparing thoroughly and doing our best rather than worrying about others' opinions. This shift in perspective empowers us to take constructive action and reduce anxiety. Focusing on what we can control also involves setting realistic and meaningful goals. The Stoics emphasized the importance of living in accordance with our values and purpose. By setting goals that align with our principles and are within our control, we can create a sense of direction and fulfillment. This approach helps us avoid the frustration and disappointment that come from pursuing goals that depend on external factors. The practice of focusing on what we can control also requires letting go of the need for approval and validation from others. Marcus Aurelius wrote about the importance of being true to oneself and not being swayed by others' opinions. By focusing on our own actions and integrity, we can cultivate a sense of self-worth and confidence that is not dependent on external validation. This mindset allows us to live more authentically and resiliently. Incorporating the decision to focus on what we can control into our daily lives requires mindfulness and reflection. It involves regularly assessing our thoughts and actions and making conscious choices to direct our energy toward what is within our power. This practice can be enhanced through meditation, journaling, or simply taking a moment each day to reflect on our priorities. The decision to focus on what you can control is a powerful step toward greater peace and resilience. By adopting Stoic principles and practices, we can navigate life's challenges with clarity and composure. This focus allows us to maintain a sense of agency and purpose, even in the face of uncertainty. The teachings of the Stoic philosophers offer timeless wisdom for focusing on what we can control. By integrating their insights into our daily lives, we can develop a mindset of strength and resilience. As we make this decision, let us remember that true power lies in our ability to direct our thoughts and actions toward what is within our control. Number 9. Seek wisdom. The decision to seek wisdom is a lifelong commitment to personal growth and self-improvement. Stoicism teaches us that wisdom is the highest virtue and the foundation for a fulfilling and meaningful life. By actively seeking wisdom, we can navigate life's complexities with greater clarity and understanding. Wisdom begins with the recognition of our own ignorance and the willingness to learn. The Stoics believed that true wisdom comes from understanding the nature of the world and our place in it. This involves continuous learning, self-reflection, and the pursuit of knowledge. By remaining open to new ideas and perspectives, we can deepen our understanding and develop a more nuanced view of the world. One practical way to seek wisdom is through reading and studying the works of great philosophers, writers, and thinkers. The Stoics themselves drew inspiration from earlier philosophers and sought to build on their teachings. By engaging with the wisdom of the past, we can gain valuable insights and apply them to our own lives. This practice not only broadens our knowledge, but also helps us develop critical thinking and discernment. Another important aspect of seeking wisdom is self-examination. The Stoics emphasized the importance of knowing oneself and reflecting on one's thoughts, actions, and motivations. This process of introspection allows us to identify our strengths and weaknesses, understand our values, and align our actions with our principles. By regularly examining ourselves, we can make more conscious and informed decisions, leading to greater personal growth and fulfillment. Seeking wisdom also involves learning from our experiences and the experiences of others. The Stoics believed that every experience, whether positive or negative, offers valuable lessons. By approaching life with a curious and open mind, we can extract wisdom from our successes and failures. This mindset encourages us to view challenges as opportunities for learning and growth, rather than as setbacks. In addition to personal reflection, seeking wisdom often involves seeking guidance from mentors, teachers, and peers. The Stoics valued the importance of community and believed that we can learn from the wisdom of others. By engaging in meaningful conversations, seeking advice, and being open to feedback, we can gain new perspectives and insights that enrich our understanding. This collaborative approach to wisdom fosters a sense of connection and mutual growth. The decision to seek wisdom also requires humility and the recognition that we are always learning and evolving. The Stoics taught that wisdom is not a destination, but a continuous journey. By embracing this mindset, we can approach each day with a sense of curiosity and wonder, always striving to deepen our understanding and improve ourselves. Incorporating the decision to seek wisdom into our daily lives requires intention and effort. It involves setting aside time for reading, reflection, and meaningful conversations. It also involves being open to new experiences and perspectives, even when they challenge our existing beliefs. By making the pursuit of wisdom a regular part of our routine, we can cultivate a deeper sense of purpose and fulfillment. The decision to seek wisdom is a powerful commitment to personal growth and enlightenment. By adopting Stoic principles and practices, we can develop a mindset of curiosity, reflection, and continuous learning. This pursuit of wisdom allows us to navigate life's complexities with greater clarity and insight, leading to a more fulfilling and meaningful existence. The teachings of the Stoic philosophers offer timeless guidance for seeking wisdom. By integrating their insights into our daily lives, we can cultivate a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. As we make this decision, let us remember that wisdom is the foundation for a life of purpose and fulfillment. Number 10. Practice kindness. The decision to practice kindness is a commitment to living in accordance with the Stoic principle of virtue. The Stoics believed that kindness is a fundamental aspect of a virtuous life, and that by being kind to others, we cultivate a sense of inner peace and fulfillment. Kindness begins with the recognition of our shared humanity and the understanding that we are all interconnected. The Stoics taught that we are all part of the same community and that our actions impact others. By practicing kindness, we contribute to the well-being of those around us and create a more harmonious and compassionate world. One practical way to practice kindness is through small acts of generosity and compassion. This can involve simple gestures, such as offering a smile, a kind word, or a helping hand. These acts of kindness may seem small, but they can have a profound impact on others and create a ripple effect of positivity. By making kindness a regular part of our daily interactions, we can foster a sense of connection and goodwill. Another important aspect of practicing kindness is developing empathy and understanding. The Stoics believed that by understanding the perspectives and experiences of others, we can cultivate compassion and empathy. This involves actively listening to others, being present in our interactions, and seeking to understand their feelings and needs. By approaching others with empathy, we can build stronger and more meaningful relationships. Kindness also involves being patient and forgiving. The Stoics taught that everyone makes mistakes and that we should approach others with patience and understanding. By letting go of grudges and offering forgiveness, we free ourselves from the burden of resentment and create space for healing and reconciliation. This practice of forgiveness is an essential aspect of kindness and contributes to our own well-being and inner peace. In addition to personal interactions, practicing kindness can also involve contributing to the greater good. The Stoics believed that we have a responsibility to contribute to the well-being of our community and the world. This can involve volunteering, supporting charitable causes, or advocating for social justice. By taking action to support others, we live in accordance with the Stoic principle of virtue and make a positive impact on the world. The decision to practice kindness also requires self-compassion. The Stoics recognized that being kind to ourselves is essential for our overall well-being. This involves treating ourselves with the same compassion and understanding that we offer to others. By practicing self-compassion, we nurture our own well-being and create a strong foundation for extending kindness to others. Incorporating the decision to practice kindness into our daily lives requires mindfulness and intention. It involves being aware of our actions and their impact on others and making conscious choices to act with kindness and compassion. This practice can be enhanced through regular reflection and mindfulness exercises, which help us stay connected to our values and intentions. The decision to practice kindness is a powerful commitment to living a virtuous and fulfilling life. By adopting Stoic principles and practices, we can cultivate a mindset of compassion, empathy, and generosity. This practice of kindness not only enhances our own well-being, but also contributes to the well-being of others and the world around us. The teachings of the Stoic philosophers offer timeless wisdom for practicing kindness. By integrating their insights into our daily lives, we can cultivate a deeper sense of connection and compassion. As we make this decision, let us remember that kindness is a fundamental aspect of a virtuous life, and that by practicing kindness, we create a more harmonious and compassionate world. Number 11. Embrace impermanence. The decision to embrace impermanence is a commitment to living in accordance with the Stoic understanding that everything in life is transient. The Stoics believed that recognizing and accepting the impermanent nature of all things allows us to live more fully and with greater appreciation for the present moment. Impermanence begins with the recognition that all things, including our experiences, relationships, and possessions, are subject to change. The Stoics taught that nothing lasts forever and that change is a natural part of life. By embracing this reality, we can develop a deeper appreciation for the present moment and the people and experiences that enrich our lives. One practical way to embrace impermanence is through the practice of mindfulness. Mindfulness involves being fully present in each moment and observing our thoughts and experiences without attachment or judgment. This practice helps us appreciate the fleeting nature of life and find beauty and meaning in the present. By cultivating mindfulness, we can develop a greater sense of gratitude and contentment. Did you know that the secret to transforming the greatest challenges of your life into your greatest opportunities might have been discovered over 2,000 years ago? Imagine facing life's storms with such powerful calm that nothing could shake your inner peace. It sounds like a superpower, doesn't it? Well, it's not just a fantasy. This ancient superpower is a millennia-old philosophy that is as practical today as it was in the bustling markets and marble halls of antiquity. Stoicism teaches us that while we can't control all aspects of our lives, we have absolute power over how we choose to react. In today's world, where uncertainty seems to be the only certainty, these teachings could be the anchor we've all been searching for. What if I told you that Stoicism is more about action than thought? It's about living a life filled with purpose and resilience, no matter what life throws at you. It's not about suppressing your emotions, but understanding and managing them to lead a fuller life. But how can we apply these ancient principles to our modern lives? How can we use Stoic wisdom to navigate a constantly changing world and face daily challenges with grace and strength? Throughout this video, we will explore these questions and discover how Stoicism can be an invaluable guide on our journey to emotional well-being and personal fulfillment. So, whether you're dealing with stress, facing adversities, or simply looking to find more joy in the everyday, stay with us. Today, we are going to delve into Stoicism, uncovering its eternal wisdom and discovering how it can transform not just the way we think, but the way we live. Stay with me until the end without skipping anything, because every moment of this video is a step towards discovering the Stoic wisdom that can change your life. Lesson 1. Focus on what is within our control. Have you ever found yourself stuck in a traffic jam, boiling with frustration over the delay, or scrolling through your phone only to be annoyed by a negative comment someone left on your post? It happens to the best of us. It's almost as if our daily lives are filled with these little tests that challenge our mood and mental peace at every step. But here's a revolutionary perspective from the world of Stoicism that can turn all that frustration on its head. Stoicism, this incredible philosophy dating back to ancient Greece and Rome, offers us this powerful tool, focusing on what is within our control. The great Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Think about that for a second. Traffic, bad weather, negative comments, all of these are out of our control. We can't change them no matter how much we wish to, but what we can change is how we react to them. This idea isn't just ancient wisdom, it's also backed by modern psychology. Carl Jung, a giant in the field of psychology, famously stated, "I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become." This perfectly aligns with Stoic practice. It's about recognizing that the only real power we have is over our own reactions, thoughts, and actions. Let's delve a little deeper. Imagine you're in that traffic jam, running late for an important meeting. You could spend that time fuming, honking your horn, and stressing out. But what if you used that time to listen to a podcast, practice deep breathing, or simply reflect on your day. This shift in focus from what you can't control to what you can is the essence of Stoicism. This principle extends far beyond dealing with traffic or weather. It applies to our personal goals, our reactions to others, and our approach to life's obstacles. As Marcus Aurelius, another Stoic heavyweight, reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. So, the next time you find yourself upset over something outside of your control, remember these wise words from our Stoic friends. Ask yourself, is this within my control? If it's not, let it go. Focus on your reaction, your mindset, and your actions. This simple shift can have a profound impact on your stress levels and overall happiness. It's not always easy, but it's worth practicing every day. Remember, it's about progress, not perfection. As we learn to focus more on what is within our control, we will find ourselves not just surviving life's challenges, but thriving despite them. Lesson 2. Embracing obstacles as opportunities. Stoicism teaches us the art of embracing obstacles as opportunities. It sounds counterintuitive. Most of us are conditioned to see obstacles as barriers to our success and happiness. But Stoics like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus turn this narrative upside down. They tell us that when life throws us a curveball, instead of asking, "Why me?" we should ask, "What can I learn from this?" This mindset shift is a game changer. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, wrote in his personal journals, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." What he means here is that every obstacle, no matter how daunting, not only tests our resilience, but also teaches us valuable lessons. It's about finding the silver lining in difficult situations and using it to fuel our growth. This perspective is not just ancient philosophy, it's also backed by modern thinkers. The famous psychologist Carl Jung said, "What you resist persists. By fighting against obstacles, we give them more power over us. But by accepting and learning from them, we can overcome them." Let's go a bit further. Imagine you are facing rejection in job applications. It's easy to fall into a spiral of self-pity and doubt. But what if you saw each rejection as feedback? Maybe there's a skill you need to improve or a new strategy for your job search. That change in perspective can turn a series of rejections into a path of professional development. Another example is personal conflicts. They are uncomfortable and stressful, but they also offer the chance to practice patience, empathy, and communication skills. Every disagreement is an opportunity to understand different viewpoints and hone our conflict resolution skills. The essence of embracing obstacles as opportunities lies in asking, "What can this situation teach me?" Instead of being passive victims of circumstances, we become active learners and problem solvers. This doesn't mean that facing obstacles becomes easy, but it does mean that we approach them with a mindset oriented towards growth and learning. Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This is the heart of Stoicism. It's about seeing beyond the immediate pain or frustration of an obstacle and finding the lessons and opportunities it presents. So when you encounter a challenge, big or small, try to pause and reframe it. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this situation, and how can it make me stronger and wiser? Remember, obstacles are not just hurdles to overcome, they are opportunities to grow. By adopting this Stoic mindset, we can navigate the highs and lows of life with more grace, resilience, and wisdom. Lesson 3. Living in the present moment. There's a lot of talk about living in the now, but what does it really mean, and why is it so important? Living in the present moment means fully embracing and experiencing where you are at this very second, without letting your mind wander to the worries of tomorrow or the regrets of yesterday. It's about realizing that life, with all its beauty, challenges and surprises, happens in the now. This concept isn't new. It has been a pillar of Stoic philosophy, resonating with great minds like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment." He understood that the power of living in the present lies in its ability to anchor us, to clear our minds of distractions, and to allow us to appreciate the richness of life as it unfolds. But why is it so difficult to remain present? Our minds are often filled with thoughts, worries about what's next, or replaying things that have already happened. This constant mental noise pulls us away from the beauty and potential of the here and now. As the famous psychologist Carl Jung said, "The least of things with a meaning is worth more in life than the greatest of things without it." Living in the present moment gives meaning to the small daily experiences, enriching our lives beyond measure. Aristotle spoke of the importance of being attentive to the present to achieve eudaimonia, a state of being happy, healthy, and prosperous. He believed that by focusing on the here and now, we could live a virtuous life, making the most of our human experience. So, how can we practice living in the present? It begins with mindfulness, the art of paying attention to the present moment without judgment. When you eat, savor each bite. When you walk, notice the sensation of the ground under your feet. Listen actively when someone talks to you, instead of planning what you're going to say next. These simple acts of mindfulness bring us back to the present, making our lives richer and more meaningful. Seneca offered this wisdom. True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. He understood that anxiety about what is to come or what has been only serves to diminish our happiness in the now. Living in the present isn't about ignoring the future or forgetting the past. It's about finding a balance where we learn from our past and plan for our future without letting those activities consume our present. In this balance, we find peace and satisfaction. Remember, each moment is an opportunity to reset and refocus on the now. It is in the present that we live, love, and create memories. So, let's make a conscious effort to be more present in our lives, to treasure the now, because it is in this moment that life truly happens. Lesson 4. Building self-discipline. I know the word self-discipline can evoke images of rigid schedules and a life devoid of fun, but let's reframe it together. Self-discipline isn't about restricting your life, but about empowering yourself to make decisions that align with your deepest values and long-term aspirations. It's about choosing what is right for you, not what is easy in the moment. In essence, building self-discipline is about self-mastery, saying yes to things that serve you and no to things that don't, even when it's tough. Stoic philosophy has a lot to say about self-discipline. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This powerful statement highlights the essence of self-discipline. It's about controlling our impulses, emotions, and actions, despite the external temptations and distractions life throws at us. Seneca offers wisdom on the subject as well. He advises us to be firm and control our desires instead of being controlled by them. He understood that true freedom comes from within, from our ability to govern ourselves and our appetites. But why is self-discipline so critical? Aristotle, the ancient Greek philosopher, sheds light on this. He believed that we achieve excellence and virtue through habit. By practicing self-discipline, we cultivate habits that lead us toward our best selves. It's not about occasional acts of willpower, but about consistently making decisions that reflect our values and goals. Building self-discipline also ties into modern psychological understanding. Carl Jung, a pioneer in psychology, emphasized the importance of integrating all aspects of our personality to live fully. This integration requires self-discipline as we navigate the desires of different parts of our psyche, choosing paths that contribute to our overall well-being and growth. So, how can we build discipline in our daily lives? Start with small steps. Choose an area where you want to improve, whether it's your diet, exercise routine, or spending habits. Set clear, achievable goals and take it one day at a time. Remember, each time you make a decision that aligns with your goals, you're strengthening the muscle of self-discipline. Epictetus reminds us, no great thing is created suddenly. Self-discipline is built through small, consistent actions. It's about progress, not perfection. Each day presents new opportunities to practice self-discipline, to choose actions that bring us closer to who we want to be. Building self-discipline is a journey. It's about finding a balance between what we want now and what we want most. So, let's commit together to this journey, supporting each other in choosing what is right, not what is easy. Remember, in the realm of self-discipline lies the path to achieving our dreams and living a life we truly love. Lesson 5. Developing emotional resilience. When life surprises us with challenges, we all feel a whirlwind of emotions. Feeling angry, sad, or frustrated is a natural part of being human. But here's the trick. It's not just about the emotions we feel, but about how we handle them. That's where the magic of emotional resilience comes in. Emotional resilience is like a superpower that allows us to navigate life's storms with grace and come out stronger on the other side. It's about recognizing our emotions, understanding them, and then taking positive steps to move forward instead of being swept away by the tide of our feelings. The Stoics had a lot to say about this. For instance, Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This profound insight touches the essence of emotional resilience. It's about recognizing that while we may not have control over what happens to us, we do have control over how we respond. Our emotions don't have to control our actions. Seneca offers wisdom on facing adversity without losing composure. He teaches that life's difficulties are tests of our character and resilience. By facing our feelings with understanding and patience, we can grow wiser and more robust. But how do we develop this emotional resilience? It starts with self-awareness. Being aware of our emotions and reactions helps us understand ourselves better. It's okay to feel what we're feeling, but instead of reacting impulsively, we can choose to respond in a way that aligns with our long-term values and well-being. Aristotle spoke of the golden mean, finding the balance between excess and deficiency. This concept beautifully applies to emotional resilience. It's about finding a balanced response to our emotions, not suppressing them or letting them dominate us. Carl Jung, a pioneer of psychology, emphasized the importance of integrating all aspects of our psyche to achieve wholeness. Part of this process involves facing our emotions, understanding them, and learning from them. This is at the heart of developing emotional resilience. So, what can you do when you're at the height of strong emotions? First, give yourself permission to feel. Acknowledge your emotions without judgment. Then, take a step back and try to understand what triggered these feelings. This reflection can provide valuable insights into your emotional patterns and triggers. Epictetus said, It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This is a powerful reminder that our reactions to our emotions can shape our experiences. Instead of being reactive, we can choose to respond in a constructive and healing way. Developing emotional resilience is a journey. It involves practicing mindfulness, self-awareness, and patience. It's about building a toolkit of coping strategies, such as journaling, talking to a trusted friend, or practicing relaxation techniques. Most importantly, treat yourself with kindness and compassion as you navigate your emotions. Emotional resilience isn't about never feeling negative emotions. It's about learning to navigate the waves of those emotions with grace and coming out the other side stronger and more self-aware. By developing emotional resilience, we empower ourselves to face life's challenges with courage and serenity. Lesson 6. Memento mori, remember that you will die. Stoic philosophy, with emblematic figures like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, offers us a profound and enriching perspective on human existence through the concept of memento mori, which translates to remember that you will die. This reminder, far from plunging us into melancholy or pessimism, acts as a powerful catalyst for inspiration and motivation in our lives. Marcus Aurelius, in his reflective meditations, took time to contemplate the ephemeral nature of life. He encourages us to live in alignment with our deepest values and to cherish each moment we are given. "You could leave life right now," wrote the philosopher emperor, urging us to let this awareness of our finitude shape our actions, words, and thoughts. This perspective is not meant to be grim, but to serve as a call to focus on what truly matters, to prioritize what has real significance in our lives. Seneca, another prominent Stoic figure, warns us about the brevity of our existence. He urges us not to waste our precious time on trivialities, but to concentrate on building a life filled with meaning and purpose. According to Seneca, the awareness of our mortality drives us to live with greater wisdom, to value our relationships and experiences with renewed intensity, and to appreciate the moments we share with our loved ones. Epictetus, for his part, reminds us of the importance of living fully in the present and making the most of our time. By remembering that our existence in this world is not permanent, we are more inclined to ethical conduct and to value the beauty and richness that life offers us. This awareness of our mortality can serve as a beacon that guides our decisions and actions, orienting us towards a more authentic and meaningful life. In summary, memento mori is not a call to sadness, but a reminder to live with purpose, to embrace each moment with gratitude, and to strive for excellence in everything we do. It reminds us that although our presence in this world is transitory, we have the ability to leave a lasting mark through our actions and the legacy we build. By embracing this Stoic principle, we can face life with courage, clarity, and a profound appreciation for the gift of existence. Lesson 7. Practicing gratitude. Gratitude is much more than simply saying thank you. It is a powerful practice that can transform our perception of life. This ability teaches us to value what we have instead of lamenting what we lack. Especially on difficult days, gratitude can be a light that illuminates the positive, turning challenges into opportunities to find joy and satisfaction in the small daily wonders. The Stoics, masters of timeless wisdom, emphasized the vital importance of gratitude. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor, encourages us to start each day with a reflection on the precious gift that is life. The ability to breathe, think, enjoy, and love are treasures we often take for granted, but are the foundation of a full and grateful life. Seneca, another pillar of Stoicism, warns against falling into the trap of constant longing. that perpetual search for more that takes us away from true satisfaction. He urges us to look around and realize that often what we seek is already in our possession. The key to contentment lies in appreciating what we have here and now. Epictetus, with his characteristic practicality, encourages us to embrace our current circumstances, whatever they may be. Every situation, no matter how challenging it seems, can be a source of gratitude if we learn to see it through the eyes of thankfulness. By accepting and valuing our present, we can build a richer and more meaningful life. Gratitude, therefore, is not merely a fleeting feeling, but an active practice that involves recognizing and appreciating the blessings that surround us. This attitude of gratitude strengthens us in the face of adversity, enriches our relationships, and improves our overall well-being. Moreover, gratitude connects us more deeply and meaningfully with others and the world around us. By expressing gratitude, we not only increase our own happiness, but also contribute to a more positive and compassionate environment. In conclusion, gratitude is a powerful Stoic tool that helps us navigate life with an attitude of appreciation and recognition. By practicing gratitude, we not only transform our perspective, but also open our hearts to the beauty and richness of existence. So let's take a moment to be thankful, to recognize the blessings that surround us, and to cultivate a life full of gratitude and fulfillment. Lesson 8. Focusing on personal excellence. Personal excellence is an odyssey towards self-realization, a path that challenges us to reach for the stars of our potential. It is not merely about accumulating achievements or titles, but about a deep journey into our inner self, where continuous improvement and authenticity are the compass and the map. Marcus Aurelius, whose wisdom still resonates through the ages, invites us to move from mere reflection to decisive action. Embodying the values and principles we admire is the essence of personal excellence. It is a call to live with integrity, where every choice and every interaction reflects our deepest truth. Seneca, with his penetrating insight, highlights the importance of self-development and continuous education in the pursuit of greatness. Personal excellence is not a destination, but an evolutionary process, an endless exploration of our capacities and virtues. It is in the forging of our character that our true greatness is revealed. Epictetus, the pragmatic Stoic, reminds us that we are the architects of our own lives. Personal excellence lies in the ability to govern our emotions and actions, in mastering the will and the spirit. It is a dance between self-control and authenticity, where every step takes us towards a more virtuous and fulfilling existence. Personal excellence, then, is an eternal commitment to ourselves, a pact to never stop growing, learning, and surpassing ourselves. It is recognizing that true greatness resides in the quality of our being and in the depth of our inner life. Furthermore, personal excellence involves a balance between self-discovery and contribution to the world. As we transform into the best version of ourselves, we are better equipped to serve and elevate those around us. It is a virtuous cycle where personal growth translates into a positive impact on the community and the world at large. Ultimately, personal excellence is a journey towards mastery of life. It is an art perfected with every conscious decision, every act of kindness, and every moment of authenticity. It is the constant pursuit of living a life that is not only good for oneself, but also inspiring to others. Lesson 9. Not worrying about what others think. In this digital age where social media has become the mirror of our self-esteem, it is easy to get lost in the search for external validation. But what happens when we shift our focus inward? The Stoic philosophy invites us to unravel this paradox. to reconnect with the intrinsic value that resides within our essence. Marcus Aurelius, with his profound introspection, challenges us to reflect on this contradiction, loving ourselves more than others, but at the same time valuing their opinions about us more than our own. It is a reminder to reevaluate our priorities, to question why we allow external perceptions to shape our self-perception. Seneca urges us to build an authentic path, one that resonates with our deepest values and principles, not with society's imposed expectations. He assures us that true happiness and satisfaction come from living a life that faithfully reflects what we value, not from pursuing recognition or approval from others. Epictetus, with his practical wisdom, reminds us that worrying about what others think is a futile concern, since it is beyond our control. Instead, he urges us to focus on our own actions and living a virtuous life, as that is where our true power and freedom lie. Freeing ourselves from the concern of what others think does not mean completely ignoring feedback or constructive criticism. Rather, it is about cultivating a healthy balance where we can listen to and consider others' opinions without letting them define our worth or dictate our self-esteem. It is a journey towards greater authenticity and personal freedom, where external approval becomes a distant echo and our inner voice becomes our most reliable guide. Moreover, this approach allows for more genuine and meaningful relationships. When we stop constantly seeking others' approval, we free ourselves to be more authentic and vulnerable. This authenticity fosters deeper and more meaningful connections as we relate to others from a place of sincerity, not pretense. Ultimately, not worrying about what others think is an act of self-affirmation and empowerment. It allows us to live with a sense of purpose and direction, following our own path with confidence and conviction. It is a reminder that our worth is not measured by applause or approval from others, but by the integrity and authenticity with which we live our lives. Lesson 10. Accepting change. Change is a constant in life, an inseparable element of the human experience. Although we often resist it, fearing the unknown, the Stoics offer us a different perspective. They invite us to see change not as an obstacle, but as an opportunity to grow and evolve. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, urges us to accept change with grace, reminding us that everything that comes into our lives is intertwined with our destiny. Each change, each turn of fate, is designed to fit perfectly with our needs and our life path. This acceptance of change frees us from anxiety and allows us to flow with the current of life. Seneca, another pillar of Stoicism, warns against excessive attachment to our current circumstances. He reminds us that life is dynamic, and clinging too tightly to what is now only sets us up for disappointment. By embracing flexibility and openness to change, we position ourselves for a fuller and more satisfying life. Epictetus, with his practical approach, teaches us to distinguish between what we can control and what we cannot. By focusing on our attitudes and responses to change, rather than the external events themselves, we empower ourselves to navigate life with confidence and resilience. This approach helps us find opportunities for growth amid change and move forward with a sense of purpose. Accepting change, then, is embracing the very essence of life. It is recognizing that change shapes us, challenges us, and ultimately enriches us. By adopting a Stoic attitude towards change, we can find serenity in uncertainty and beauty in transformation. It is in this flow with change that we discover our true strength and ability to thrive in a constantly evolving world. Adaptability is key in this process. By being flexible and receptive to change, we cultivate a resilience that allows us to face life's challenges with an indomitable spirit. It is this resilience that enables us not only to survive, but also to flourish amid uncertainty. Furthermore, change offers us the opportunity to re-evaluate our priorities and align our lives with our deepest values. Often, it is in moments of transition that we find clarity and rediscover what is truly important to us. By embracing change, we open the door to new experiences, learning, and personal growth. It challenges us to step out of our comfort zone and explore new horizons, expanding our perspective and enriching our life experience. Ultimately, accepting change is an expression of confidence in the process of life. It is an affirmation that despite uncertainties and unexpected turns, there is an inherent wisdom in the flow of existence. By embracing change with a Stoic attitude, we affirm our ability to navigate life with grace, strength, and a deep sense of purpose. It is a journey towards acceptance, adaptability, and transformation, where each change brings us one step closer to realizing our true potential. Lesson 11. Practicing compassion and empathy. Epictetus taught that we should strive to understand others' perspectives, recognizing that everyone has their reasons for their actions. This does not mean justifying harmful behavior, but rather approaching others with a mindset of empathy, seeking to understand their experiences and viewpoints. But how can we practice compassion and empathy in our daily lives? It begins with listening, truly listening to the stories, experiences, and feelings of those around us. It's about putting ourselves in their shoes, imagining their struggles, joys, fears, and hopes. This act of understanding can bridge the gap between us, fostering a sense of connection and shared humanity. Another way to cultivate compassion and empathy is through acts of kindness, no matter how small. A smile, a kind word, a listening ear, all these can make a significant difference in someone's day. By being present and attentive to others, we signal that they matter, that their feelings and experiences are valid and important. Practicing compassion and empathy also means being there for others in times of need, offering support and understanding without judgment. It is about recognizing the value and dignity of each person, regardless of our differences. The ancient philosopher Aristotle spoke of the importance of friendship and the role of empathy in building strong and meaningful relationships. He believed that true friends not only share each other's joys, but also their sorrows, supporting each other with empathy and understanding. Modern psychology supports the Stoic emphasis on compassion and empathy, showing that these virtues not only enhance our relationships, but also our own emotional well-being. By caring for others, we foster a sense of belonging, purpose, and happiness in our own lives. Let's remember that behind every face is a story, behind every action is a reason, and that by understanding and caring for others, we make the world a kinder and gentler place. In doing so, we not only enrich the lives of those around us, but also find deeper fulfillment and joy in our own lives. Together, let's spread kindness like confetti, creating waves of compassion that transform the world, one act of empathy at a time. Lesson 12. Reflecting and reviewing regularly. Epictetus encouraged his students to end each day with a review of their actions and attitudes. This was not about self-criticism, but about self-awareness and growth. He urged us to ask ourselves, what did I do well? What did I do poorly? What duties did I leave unfulfilled? Through such questions, we can guide our lives more consciously, making adjustments that bring us closer to our ideals. But how do we incorporate this Stoic practice of reflection and review into our modern lives? First, by making it a habit. Dedicate a few minutes each day, perhaps before bed, to reflect on your day. What were your victories? Where did you face challenges, and how did you respond? This practice can start as a mental exercise, but writing it down can enhance its benefits, giving you a tangible record of your journey. Second, use reflection as a tool for gratitude. As you review your day, also note the moments, no matter how small, that brought you joy or gratitude. This balances our natural tendency to focus on the negative, cultivating a more positive perspective on life. Third, approach this practice with kindness and compassion towards yourself. Reflection is not about beating yourself up for mistakes, but recognizing them as opportunities to learn and grow. Be as understanding and supportive of yourself as you would be of a dear friend. Aristotle spoke of the importance of living a reflective life. He believed that true wisdom comes from understanding ourselves, our actions, and our place in the world. This reflection is the essence of living an examined life, one that is in harmony with virtue and excellence. Modern psychology supports the benefits of regular reflection, showing improvements in mental health, clarity of purpose, and personal growth. Reflecting on our experiences helps us process emotions, learn from our actions, and make more informed decisions in the future. Let's commit to this practice of reflecting and reviewing regularly. Let it be our guiding light, ensuring that we are not just passively experiencing life, but actively shaping it in accordance with our values. By taking the time to look back, we gain the insight necessary to move forward in a more aligned, conscious and attuned manner with the essence of who we are and who we aspire to be. Let's treasure this journey of introspection, for it is in knowing ourselves that we find the path to true fulfillment and joy. Each of these lessons from Stoicism is not just ancient wisdom, but life hacks that can help us manage stress, make better decisions, and find peace in chaos. Remember, it is not the challenges on the path that define us, but the strength we find in facing them, the wisdom we accumulate, and the compassion we share. Each step, each reflection, each act of kindness is a brushstroke in the masterpiece that is your life. So let's not just exist, let's live purposefully and authentically. As we part ways today, I encourage you to let the inspiration not end here. On the screen, you'll find a playlist that is a treasure trove of wisdom, stories, and strategies to help you navigate life's twists and turns with grace and resilience. Click on it, dive deeper, and continue sculpting the most authentic version of yourself. Together, let's keep growing, reflecting, and embracing the complexity of life. Thank you for sharing this time with me. Until we meet again, remember to live not just for applause, but for the cause of being your most genuine self. Take care, and I'll see you in the next step of our journey.